Hana has struggled with her weight her entire life, and so far she's been losing that battle badly. No matter what she does, the number on the scale refuses to go down. One day she runs into her old school friend Melissa, who has somehow managed to lose a remarkable amount of weight. Melissa explains that the secret lies in a set of experimental pills that never made it through clinical trials but supposedly deliver real results. Since Hana is a medical student, she decides to analyze the pills herself and discovers that the capsules contain human ashes, which, when ingested, come with a horrifying side effect. The best stories are often about things you know firsthand, and writer-director Natalie Erika James didn't choose the subjects of obesity and eating disorders in her movie Saccharine by accident. She knows these issues from personal experience. Like her protagonist, she grew up with parents who held completely opposing views on the matter. In the film, Hana's father embraces body positivity to such an extent that he eventually becomes a diabetic recluse, while her mother tries to control every calorie her daughter consumes. James builds the film around the duality that surrounds this entire subject. On the one hand, a healthy body contributes to a healthy mind. On the other, thinness has become a kind of cargo cult. We chase a number on the scale, hoping it will bring us love and respect, without realizing that it's merely a substitute, a superficial marker of success that guarantees nothing. Even the film's romantic subplot, a lesbian one if that matters to you, is built around this duality. At one point, Hana's friend asks her a pointed question about the fitness instructor she's infatuated with. Does she want to be with her, or does she want to become her? For the Australian filmmaker, this isn't the first time she has put something deeply personal on screen. Her feature debut, Relic, was also rooted in intimate experiences, specifically her grandmother's struggle with progressive dementia. In that sense, Saccharine is no different. The film is filled with sincerity, honesty, and pain. Structurally, however, it's far less successful. Running close to 2 hours, it tries to tackle multiple themes while still functioning as a horror movie, and as a result, it inevitably loses focus. Some sequences drag, certain storylines go nowhere, and the ending feels muddled. The horror elements suffer as well. There are several effective scenes built on suspense and a crushing sense of dread, but the genre remains largely in the background, a dotted line that technically exists, yet has surprisingly little impact on the overall experience. To compensate for the lack of internal momentum, James leans heavily into the external. Body horror is currently enjoying a major resurgence, and she constructs the film's visual language around extreme close-ups in which human anatomy visually rhymes with food. The result creates its own distinct vibe, uncomfortable, exaggerated, and deliberately grotesque. Saccharine is very much a women-centered film with relatively few male characters. Midori Francis, who plays Hana, may not be a household name, but she's well known to television audiences through shows like Grey's Anatomy and The Sex Lives of College Girls. Here she gets a role of a completely different caliber and emotional register, raw, anxious, and demanding. The heavy prosthetic makeup she wears in the film's opening act can be distracting, but once Hana begins losing weight, Francis finally has room to fully spread her wings, delivering a performance balanced between deep internal conflict and natural charisma. It's an impressive role that will almost certainly occupy an important place in her filmography. Unfortunately, the film itself is unlikely to rise above the rapidly expanding category of younger siblings, or perhaps in this case, younger sisters, to the substance. Movies that are solid, distinctive, and worthwhile in their own right, but not quite powerful enough to truly break through.